Hi everybody, I'm live. It's Tuesday morning. We're starting our Jump into Wellness workshop. It's going to be a 3-day workshop. I am just curious. It's a little bit different being on social media, in social media land, than talking with people in person. So if you can let me know if you are on and if you can see me, give me some hearts or stars, or put a little comment into the comment box. Anybody there? This is a whole new experience for me, so I'm excited. I'm excited to be live and to talk to you guys today about joyful movement. It looks like someone's on. I see one eye. So we'll see if a couple other people are gonna join us here. Oh, I've got a comment. Hi, Emily. Yay! We've got a heart here. So this is a whole new experience for me to be on Facebook Live. So I'm getting used to this way of doing things, but I'm really excited to share with you guys a little bit about jumping into wellness. So it looks like we've got a couple of people joining in. So I'm going to get started here because I don't want to, take up too much time. It's 8:30 Mountain Time. I don't know what time it is in other places, but I wanted to just start with our Jump into Wellness workshop, and I'm really excited about this. So what we're going to talk about during this Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is 3 different aspects of wellness, and they're aspects that a lot of us know about, but I'm going to shift the way we think about them, because my whole business is based on flourishing, which means that because we have a favorable environment, because you have coaching and support from me, you're going to see improvement in the way you take care of yourself. So it's all about self-care and taking care of yourself and loving what you're doing and taking care of yourself. So I'm really excited about this. I love this topic of joyful movement. A lot of times when we think about exercise, we think of it as drudgery, like I've got to lift a certain amount of weights, or I've got to, make it to a certain, I'm going to run a marathon, or we kind of think of it in big, huge things, where actually movement can be really simple and it can be really fun, and that is the best movement for your health. So I'm really excited to talk about joyful movement today. Just so you get an idea of kind of how things are going to run, we're going to have about 30 minutes where I'm talking, and please comment, and please do stars or hearts if there's something that you really love about what I said. And then I'm going to leave about 15 minutes at the end just for comments and questions and things like that. So this is a 3-day workshop, and each day it'll be 45 minutes. It's jumping into wellness, so getting excited about wellness, loving wellness, having fun with wellness. Today's joyful movement. Tomorrow we'll talk about eating and our relationship to food, and the 7 types of hunger that we might experience. And then the third one, we're going to talk about stress and how we can be resilient to stress and how we can manage our stress through downtime and meditation. So anyway, we're going to get started on today. Today is on joyful movement. So I want you guys to think about, when you think of exercise, what comes to your mind? And you can put a little comment in the box if there's something that you can think of that comes to your mind when you think about moving your body. Usually we think of the word exercise, and exercise has a negative connotation to it, right? So I want you to think about how you can exercise and really take better care of your physical health. It looks like there's a couple of people that are joining in. So welcome everybody. Give me some stars or hearts if you're here. And so today we're going to talk about joyful movement. So I want you to put a little comment in about what you think of when you hear the word exercise. What kind of comes to your mind? If there's anybody that can think of something that comes to your mind when you think about joyful movement, or about exercise in general. So for me, I think I used to think that exercise had to mean you had to hurt, you had to be in pain afterwards, or that you had to really strain yourself or stress yourself. But exercise actually can be really joyful and happy. Hi, Nikki. Welcome. So I believe in the mind and body connection. So a lot of times the reason that we have a hard time doing the physical part of exercising or moving our bodies is because of the way we think about it, right? And for people that really, really love exercise and do it consistently, they get something out of it. And what I've noticed about human behavior is that we do things that we get a reward for or we get a benefit out of. So for people that see exercise as something that helps them cope with stress, helps them think more clearly, helps them to be able to just feel better and have more energy, they continue to exercise because they see the benefit of it. So I want you to think about that, the mind-body connection of what exercise and joyful movement can mean for you. A lot of times we have a mental struggle of how can I take care of myself and exercise and I don't have time for it and those kinds of things. But I want you to think about what your perception has been of exercise. And if anyone wants to make a comment on what keeps you from exercising, go ahead and put that in the comment box and we'll kind of discuss it. So today we're going to talk about joyful movement, how to get moving and love it. This morning I went for a little kind of a jog, walk kind of a thing, and it's 75 degrees outside, which was gorgeous because Utah's been like over 100 degrees. So it's been pretty warm during the day. So getting up early and being outside and feeling the breeze and the trees around me, I love that. I love doing that with exercise. So I want you to think about what benefits do you get from exercise. And today we're going to talk about what research has said are the benefits of exercise. So this exercise and movement has been very well studied. And a lot of people think, well, you exercise so you can lose weight, but that's not true. Exercise can help us in so many different aspects of our life. It might help a little bit in weight loss, but actually nutrition is going to help the most in that. And I want you to think about how you can exercise for your brain. So a book that I read that I really love is the book Spark. I don't know if any of you have read it, but it's all about some research that's been done on how exercise actually changes our brain. So we're going to talk today about how exercise can spark creativity, it can reduce our stress, it can improve our job performance, it can help us enjoy our life more. So when it comes to exercise, I want you to think of it in a different way. I want you to think of it as moving joyfully, something that you love doing. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the benefits of exercise that have been studied. So in the book Spark, they actually took a group of kids that were seniors in high school, and they had a group of kids that would do exercise in the morning and then a group of kids that did not do exercise. And they actually saw that the kids that did some exercise just on an elliptical or a stationary bike, they improved in their test scores. They improved in their ability to concentrate. Their school academic performance improved, as well as they didn't get in trouble as much. They didn't have to be called to the principal's office. They had better as far as their behaviors went. So it's kind of exciting to think about what the benefits of exercise are. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So one of the biggest benefits of exercise, and one of the reasons that I exercise, is it reduces our stress. It can really help us to feel let go of that stress, because as you're breathing, as you're getting into that zone of breathing, it actually brings your breathing in and helps you to reduce some of that stressful feeling, because we tend to get more stressed, rapid breathing, and when we exercise, we're forcing ourselves to do that, breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth, and just really helping us reduce some of the stress we might feel. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced that, but I know I have. You get those endorphin rushes. So it boosts the happy chemicals in our body to exercise. So when you're exercising, the serotonin and the endorphins and all of that is helping you feel better. It can also improve your self-confidence. For a lot of people, I know that if they can push themselves to do something like, I'm going to do a triathlon or I'm going to walk a 5K, and then they feel like they did it, it improves their confidence. Like, I was able to accomplish that. I've had a couple of clients that what they're working on is, I want to do my first 5K, or I want to buy a bike and do a bike ride or something. But you can really boost your confidence by exercising. It can make you feel better about everything in your life, as far as how confident you are. It can also help you enjoy the outdoors more. So when you're hiking or you're biking outside, you can enjoy the outdoors, even going for a walk in your neighborhood. Another way that exercise is a benefit is it prevents a cognitive decline. So when you look at, as we get older, or when people have mental problems and some dementia and that, exercise can actually stay off some of that. And that is research that's been done that says that if we exercise 3 to 5 times a week, it can actually help us stay off some of that memory loss. So isn't that exciting? I mean, I know I want to be able to continue to have a sharp mind and be able to think for myself. So I think that's really exciting. It can help us tap into our creativity. So if you have a business or you're trying to come up with an idea and you're just trying to figure out, how can I get a little more creative? How can I come up with some ideas? Try going for a walk. Try doing some yoga and stretching. Try moving your body, even if it's just a simple stretch of your body, or the Tony Robbins thing, which is the jumping up and down. How many of you have seen that? You can tap into a different part of you, a different energy, and get your creativity going. So I think that's an exciting benefit of exercising and moving your body. So it can also alleviate anxiety. I know I have several friends who tell me, if I feel like the rat on the wheel is going, when you're in that anxiety loop where you're just worried and that worry leads to another worry and you just kind of keep going, the exercise actually brings that down and calms down that anxiety reaction. So I love that idea, because exercise again gets us into our heartbeats going, and the blood is flowing and our breathing is slowed, so it helps with that anxiety where we feel more of a calm feeling. So I love that. And we talked a little bit about how it can help with our memory. It can really sharpen your memory. It can help us control addictions that we might have, food addictions or drugs and alcohol. Exercise helps people learn discipline and how to take care of their body and be able to suppress some of those appetites and things that you have. It also can increase your relaxation. So if you want to feel really relaxed and sleep better, any of you struggle with insomnia, exercise really, really helps, again, to bring down that feeling of restlessness and get you to be able to really, really be able to calm yourself and get some good sleep. So you can also get more done. I know I have a lot of clients who say, I don't have time to exercise. And then we talk about, okay, well, let's look at exactly what time of day you're going to do it, what habit you already do that you can connect it to, like brush your teeth and then do your yoga, or brush your teeth and then do your push-ups, whatever it is. And they actually find that they can fit more into a day when they exercise, right? So another thing that I had a client, one of the benefits is exercising for fitness rather than body image. I had a client who, she felt like, well, I'm way overweight and my body's not okay the way it is, and she'd kind of been telling herself that story her whole life, that she, because she was taller and bigger, that was not okay. And she had tried to lift weights and do all this running and everything to try and lose weight. And what I talked to her about is, why don't we look at exercise in a different way? Why don't we look at it as something you do because you love it, not something you do because you need to fit into a certain size of pants. Let's look at it as a way to love your body. So she started doing just a little bit of bike riding, which she loved. She loved the wind in her hair. She loved doing it with her husband. And it just made all the difference to her to have exercise be joyful, right? That it was just something that was like a hobby, something she loved to do. So there's a lot of benefits of exercise. There's the mental health benefits for anxiety and depression. It improves your mood. There's the cognitive benefits. You can think clearer. You can do more. It sharpens your memory. There's the benefits of just being able to be more creative, So I want you to think about what part of exercise, the benefit that you want to tap into. Because if you can see a benefit from it, you're going to do it. If the behavior that you do gives you a reward, gives you a benefit, you'll keep doing it. I mean, we watch Netflix because we get that little high of, oh, I'm just relaxing, watching TV. We eat food a lot of times because we get that good feeling of, ooh, this is delicious, this is tasty. So what benefit can you get from exercise? Okay, if you're on, give me a little heart or star and tell me, what benefit do you get from exercise, or do you want to get from exercise? Do you want it to help you with your mental health? Do you want it to help you to be able to think more clearly and be present for your kids? So yeah, what benefit do you guys want to get from exercise? Go ahead and make a little comment. So I think I told you that the benefit that I get from exercise is I have dealt with a lot of anxiety in my life, and I've let myself get into kind of worry patterns. And exercise, actually, it's almost like it takes that worry and just pulls it out, right? So I'm concentrating on my breathing and my movement, and it's getting my blood flowing. So it's eliminating some of that feeling of distress that you have when you have anxiety. So I love that about exercise. So there's two different things that I'm going to talk to you about. There's the benefits of exercise for the mind and the benefits of exercise for the body. And you guys probably know what some of the benefits for your body is that the benefits for the body is it lowers your blood pressure, it strengthens your muscles, it strengthens your bones, it helps you as you age, right? People that exercise age better and they live longer. I know I want to do that because I turned 41 this year, so I got to keep going. And I love the idea that exercise does that. Nikki says, I love the idea that exercise will keep your memory sharp. My husband's grandma has dementia and it's hard to watch her, so I'd love to make sure that doesn't happen to me. And then the rest kind of got cut off. But yeah, I mean, that is a big part of one of the benefits of exercise, is helping with your memory and sharpening your memory that way. So, and we're not talking about hardcore exercise here. We're talking about taking a walk for 30 minutes a day, or working in your garden, pulling weeds or mopping or vacuuming, just doing something that's about 30 minutes long that gets your heart rate up to about 110 to 140 beats a minute. And that is a benefit of exercise. So we talked about the body, and that the body, it can help the body. I mean, I know people that have arthritis and they have less pain. I went to a conference last year and they talked about a woman with MS and how exercise helped her so that she didn't have as much pain and she didn't have the hot flashes that she'd had with her MS. And that was just doing a stationary bike for like 20 minutes a day. So I think it's really cool, all the benefits exercise can have for someone who has a chronic illness, or anyone that just is feeling lethargic, it doesn't have energy. I know that's a huge part of what exercise gives to me, is it gives me more energy. And it actually is a physiological change in your body. It builds your bones, it builds your muscles, it helps you to be able to live longer. So I think that's really cool. And then the other part of, we talked about how it helps your mind, is it gets your mind into peak performance, right? It helps your mind be able to really focus and concentrate. It changes your brain cells. That's what they've researched, is that the brain cells actually change to a more perfect form, and they're improved as you exercise. So it helps your cognitive abilities and your mental health, which all of us need help with, our stress, our anxiety, our depression, all of those things. So there's a ton of benefits of exercise. I think it's great. So anybody, give me some hearts or stars if you're along the page here with finding out what the benefits of exercise are. So what I try to get all my clients to do is come up with a joyful movement program. Finding something they can do that moves their body that they love. Because if you love it and you get a benefit from it, you're gonna keep doing it. So I had a client and she was in her mid-50s and she said, I don't like to do anything that's movement. I don't really like to walk. I don't like to lift weights. I don't like to go to the gym, any of that. And I said, there's got to be something that you like to do. There's got to be something. Well, let's look at this. And so we started like exploring different parts of her life, and I talked about, when you were younger, what did you like to do? Is there anything like, as a kid, did you like to ride bikes or go hiking or whatever? And she said, I actually always loved to dance. Dancing is a great exercise. If you're doing partner dancing, I used to love country dancing, or I still love it, but I don't do it as much, or even just your own interpretive dance, whatever. Dancing is a great exercise. So that's what she decided she was going to do. She was in her early, I think late 50s, early 60s, and she said, you know what, I'm going to turn on my radio to some music that just makes me feel happy and good, and I'm going to exercise to that for about, 20 minutes a day. So, and that was great, and that made her feel great. It boosted her mood after work when she could feel really down. And in the past, she had sat and just ate and watched TV. But getting out and exercising actually took out the stress from work and helped boost her mood. So I think that's really cool. So if you find a benefit to exercise, you're going to do it. You're going to make it happen. We can make things happen that we get a benefit from, that we get some kind of a reward from. So physical activity is crucial to the way we think and feel. It's crucial. It's so important. When we move our body, we feel better overall, physically, emotionally, mentally. And this is a quote from that book, Spark, that I love. He said, "The sedentary character of our modern life is a disruption of our nature." So sitting and watching TV, it's a disruption of our nature and what we were created to do. And it's one of the biggest threats to our survival. So, they kind of talk about how being sedentary is the new smoking, right? Smoking used to be the biggest thing that was going to cause people to die early. Well, actually sitting and being sedentary is now one of the bigger ones. And so moving your body has all kinds of benefits, and anyone can do it. Whatever weight you are, whatever struggles you've had in the past. Like I said, there's people who have chronic illness. They're doing some yoga, some Pilates, even getting on a stationary bike for a few minutes a day. And this is another thing that he says, is that inactivity is killing our brains because it shrivels our brains. When we exercise, like I said, it builds up the brain cells, and when we don't exercise, our brains get smaller and are unable to think clearly and perform tasks and that kind of thing. So exercise kind of cues in the building blocks of our learning. It guards us against the effects of aging in our brain. And this is a really cool thing that he talks about, is that in women, it can actually help with the tumultuous effects of hormonal changes, like going through menopause and those kinds of things. I know for myself, it's so helpful for me when I'm on my period to go and run and exercise. So those hormonal changes and that, really it can benefit you and help you feel better emotionally and physically in that way. So there's a lot of great benefits of exercise. So I want you to think about exercising not for body image, maybe for fitness if you want to get fit, but mostly for health, to live longer, to think clearer, to be able to handle your mental and emotional stresses that are coming up, and just to love your life more, and how it can be an essential part of your life. For me, exercise is a habit. It's something I do because I know it makes me feel good, and it gives me the benefit of that endorphin rush and the serotonin and all of the happy chemicals that come in and make me feel more alive and more happy. So I want you to think about ways that you can move your body. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome. So we're just talking about some of the benefits of exercise. And if anyone wants to talk about a benefit that you found from exercise, go ahead and put it in the comment box. Also, you can give me hearts or stars if there's things you like. So again, exercise has so many benefits that have nothing to do with weight loss. Thinking clearer, emotional and mental benefits, and physical benefits of living longer and staying off some illnesses and that. So moving your body is so important. I want you to think about it as important as what you eat, right? Is moving your body. So there's a correlation between physical exercise and our emotional and mental well-being. So think about that when you're having a hard day or whatever. Instead of sitting in front of the TV, going out and doing a brisk walk, or getting on your bike, or turning on a yoga video. Nowadays, there's so many things you can find to do that move your body physically. And as we go along, I'm going to give you guys, anyone that joins in today, I'm going to give you a list of different types of exercise you can try, because I know that's something that a lot of my clients say. They're like, I don't know what to try. I don't know what would be joyful for me because I haven't really exercised, so I don't know what would be fun. So think of it in this way. You're just experimenting. You're just trying things out. You're saying, do I like pulling weeds? Do I like golfing? Do I like playing a sport like tennis? Or do I prefer to go for a run or a walk? Do I want to work around my house for exercise, right? Vacuuming is even exercise. So yeah, so I love that idea that there's a lot of different things we could do for exercise. So so we know there's a lot of benefits to exercise, right? So there's a ton of great benefits for your brain to think more clearly. We've kind of gone over all of those benefits and the physical health benefits, lowering your blood pressure, helping you live longer, all of that. So why don't we do it? If it's so great, if it's such a benefit to us, why do the majority of people not exercise? What do you think? Put a little comment in the box. I have some ideas, but I'm wondering if you guys have any of the reasons why you don't exercise or why other people don't exercise. Any ideas? Hi, Rebecca. So I'm just going to go over a few of the ones I've found from working with clients who have struggled with exercise. Too tired. Rebecca said, I'm too tired after work. And that is a big reason that people don't exercise, is their belief that they're too tired to exercise. How many people have that? I know a ton of my clients do. They are school teachers and nurses, and they work really hard and their bodies are drained. If you can get yourself to go exercise after work, it'll change that whole perspective on feeling drained and tired. It'll actually give you energy. People think that you have to have a ton of energy to get up and going with exercise. You don't. You can have very little energy and be like, I'm at the end of my day, and say, you know what? Instead of sitting and watching TV, I think exercise might actually make me feel better, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to do a walk. So I want you guys to think of trying that. Nikki said, I haven't made it a habit. So yeah, habits are huge. And in my class that I do, that's the Jumpstart into Summer class, we talk a lot about the power of habits and connecting habits to things you already do. We already all have habits that we do. Like, everybody has some habits, whether it's that they brush their teeth without fail, that they eat breakfast every day without fail. There are things that you do without fail. So making it a habit is huge. So I suggest connecting it to something that's already a habit for you. Brushing your teeth is already a habit. You know, making your bed is already a habit. And I think of another big thing, so I like that Rebecca said being too tired. That's so common. And that's a mental thing, because you're saying to yourself, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. If you were to say, I've had a long day and I've worked really hard, but exercising for a few minutes is going to make me feel more energy and more alive, and it's going to take some of this heaviness and stress. And I know Rebecca and I work together, so I know what kind of work she's doing. It's very stressful. It's very heavy work. But exercise can actually help that. I used to, when I did hospice work, where I was working with people who were dying, very intense work, after I'd get home from work, I'd go out on a walk and just do that breathing, that deep breathing, and getting myself back into a good place. So Rebecca said, I adopted a dog a few weeks ago, and that has made me get out several times per day to walk. I love it. I love that. Yeah, having a pet, having an animal, that is having like a support system, right? So for a lot of people, if they have friends that do it with them, or having your dog, the dog needs to walk, and so do you, right? And walking a dog is great exercise. I love that. So sometimes we don't do it because we're too tired, or we don't do it because we think we don't have time, or we can't take a break from work or kids or other responsibilities. And some people have told me, I think exercise is boring. I don't like it. It's not fun for me, right? So, and that they don't like to move. And this is a huge one, is that people have tried before and they've failed. Give me some hearts or stars if you've tried before and you have failed at your exercise routine, and that's why you stopped doing it. That is so common, and I want to talk about that a little bit today. If that's one of the reasons that you have stopped exercising, I want you to think about moderating the way you think about exercise. That you, instead of it being like, I have to work out for an hour a day, I want you to think of 2 days a week, I am going to walk for 30 minutes. And starting out small and seeing the benefit of that. We don't need to work out for an hour a day lifting weights. We really only need 30 minutes of getting our heart rate up to that 110 to 140, and we can feel the benefit of that. So that could be walking, a light bike ride, walking your dog, doing some yoga for about 30 minutes. Any of those things can help you. And we all have 30 minutes in our day that we can carve out. And again, if we get a benefit from it, we're going to do it. We all eat because we need to live, right? So I want you to think of exercise as, what benefits do I get out of it? So I love the walking the dog. I think that's great. A lot of people tell me they're not motivated to exercise. So again, what is it that's motivating to you? What makes exercise fun to you? Is it being with friends? We're going to all go play tennis, or we're going to go on a hike, or is it just getting outside, or is it having a little video that you can do in the morning so you get it done before you go to work? What is going to be motivating to you? Another thing that people tell me is a reason why they don't exercise is that they don't like the discomfort of it. So it can be uncomfortable to exercise, right? And so for people that's hard. And if we can push through the discomfort, I don't know how many of you have talked to people who never had walked or ran, and then they did a 5K and they kind of pushed through some of that discomfort. That discomfort is actually the greatest teacher to us of pushing through that discomfort. I just did a 5K on the 4th of July with one of my clients, and again, she was wanting, it was really hard, and there was tough times where she was like, I am exhausted. And instead of stopping, we just walked. We just changed the way we were doing it. Huge part of exercise is, how do I look at it? How do I look at exercise? Do I look at it as I can overcome and I can improve, or do I look at it as it's impossible for me? Whatever you tell yourself grows. So whatever you focus on, that's what grows in your life. So if you focus on, I can do this, there's a way, that I can figure it out, and I can keep going even if I have to slow down or only do it 2 times a week or start out slow. I can do this. So some people also tell me they're not seeing any results. And this is one where I'm like, what kind of results are you wanting? If you're wanting to lose weight from exercise, I don't think that's the best way to look at exercise, is I'm just doing this to lose weight. I want you to think of doing it because it's fun, doing it because it helps your heart, it helps your lungs, it helps your mind, and it helps your mental health. So looking at it in that way, because if you're just looking for results, you may not get them from exercise, from just exercise alone, as far as weight loss goes. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow when we talk about eating and what eating can do for you as far as your overall health goes. So any other reasons that we don't exercise? Time. I think time, what is it Nikki was talking about? You just try to make it a habit, right? You put it into your routine. There are things we do without thinking. Brushing our teeth, getting in our car and driving. Have you guys ever drove somewhere and you don't even remember how you got there? That's a habit. That's just, I know what I'm doing and I've done it. Some people exercise that way, where it's a habit. They just, when I come home from work, my running shoes are at the door and I go for a walk for 20 minutes. And it helps me unwind and it gets me breathing, and it's so beneficial. So think of the benefits you want to get from exercise. The video keeps stopping and not allowing me to watch. Oh, I wonder why that is. Shoot. Anybody else having problems watching it? I might need to change where I'm at tomorrow. So it looks like it's fine. It says it's live, but I am going to record this so everyone can get a copy of it as well. So there's some other, we talked about benefits of exercise. I want you to think of it too as a way to love your body. A lot of times we're hating our bodies, right? We're not taking care of our bodies because we don't like them. We don't like the way they look, or that they can't do certain things for us. And I want you to think of exercise as a way that you can love your body. So you want to appreciate what your body can do. What can your body do for you? I want you guys to tell me something you're grateful for about your body. I know I'm grateful that my body every day gets me to go to my office to meet with clients, and that my body can get me up a mountain if I want to go up a mountain. So there's a lot of things that our bodies can do. What do you guys like about what your bodies can do? Just put a little message out there. Your body, a lot of women have given birth. That's an amazing miracle that your body can do, right? Your body can help you to sleep, your body can help you exercise, your body can help you get things done that you want to do. There's a lot of amazing things. I know when I've pushed myself to do like a 5K or a triathlon or something, I'm like, wow, it's amazing that my body can keep up with all of this, right? Or your body can endure. My sister just did a Spartan race with her family, and she said, that's just amazing that my body could do climbing over these walls and underneath this barbed wire and all this crazy stuff, right? So yeah, your body can help you help others. That's what Emily said. It allows me to take care of my kids. Yeah, I mean, you think about lifting kids every day and getting them where they need to go. You got to have your body to help you with that, your arms and your legs. And it's really cool that we have these bodies that can help us help those little ones, right? I had my 9 nieces and nephews at my house over the weekend, and we went swimming in my pool, and it was a blast. But my body helped me be able to manage all of them and swim with them and just have a great time. So I love that our bodies have a lot of things they can do for us. So think about making a list of things that you like about your body. And maybe you could start with things that you know you like. I like my hair, or I like my legs, or something that you know you like about your body, and starting with that. And think about, for a lot of women, we exercise because we think it makes us look better. And I think there is a glow of health when you drink water and you eat well. But also think about like loving your body just because you are beautiful the way you are, right? It's not just your skin or your body but you are beautiful from the inside out. So another tip that I have for like loving your body is just being able to be around things that are positive and that are uplifting to you, and believing in yourself and being positive about your life. That can help you quite a bit. So we're gonna again go over, okay, so I promised you that I would give you some tips, right? And we're almost running out of time. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips on enjoying moving your body. Exercise is not drudgery. Exercise can be fun. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to enjoy moving your body. And the first thing is what Nikki talked about, which is making it a habit. So again, connect it to something you already do. I get up in the morning and I eat my breakfast, or right before breakfast I'm going to go on a walk, or I get up in the morning, I make my bed, and then I do some yoga right there in front of my bed. So connect it to something that's already a habit for you. So tips to enjoy moving your body, making it a habit. You're going to enjoy it and it becomes just something that you do. Just like I brush my hair every night, or whatever, because we all have habits. Some of them are good habits, some of them are not healthy habits, right? So, and then the second tip that I have for you is to exercise not for body image, but to relieve your stress and to help your mental health. Think about it in that way, because we all have stressors, kids, jobs, things that are stressful. So think about it in that way of exercising for stress relief. And then another big one, and I love that Rebecca said she takes her dog for a walk, is using the buddy system. Whether that's a dog, your friend, your spouse, your neighbor, finding somebody that can help motivate you. I know for me, when I have a friend that's going to the gym, I'm like, yes. And I don't know if you guys clued in on what my favorite way of exercising is. There's a little hint today in this video, so you guys can comment on it, but my favorite way to exercise is with other people, but there's something particular that we like to do. So getting support from friends and family. So making it a habit, exercise for stress relief, finding friends to do it with, people to do it with. Start at your level. You do not need to lift tons of weights or run a marathon. Start where you're at. And if where you're at is walking around your house a few times for 30 minutes, do that. If where you're at is doing a few stretches in the morning, just some yoga stretches to help alleviate some of the stress and that you've held on to in your body, because we hold on to stress and trauma in our body. So even if it's just doing some yoga or some stretches, start where you're at. The next thing is to set a goal for yourself, right? And these goals need to be realistic goals. Not, I'm going to work out for 2 hours a day, but something like, I am going to go for a walk 2 days of the week, Monday and Wednesday, after I drop my kids off at school. So it's very measurable because you know exactly what time you're going to do it, and you know exactly how often you're going to do it. So that's super important about goals. I have my clients start with one goal that they're going to work on, and usually that goal is what has the most emotional energy behind it. So, and then the next one is get past your comfort zone, right? We talked about that, how it can be uncomfortable, you know, to exercise or to move your body. So get past that. Continue to do it and you'll notice, wow, I used to be uncomfortable walking for a mile, and now it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. And that's exciting when you can see progress, right? When I could see myself where I could run more or I could bike further, that was exciting to me. That was fun to me. And so we've got make a habit, exercise for stress relief, use the buddy system, start where you're at, set goals, get past your comfort zone, experiment with different types of routines. So if you're bored with the walking, try some yoga. If you want to do something with other people, try a new sport that you've never tried, like tennis or badminton or something different. Use music to motivate yourself. That's another tip for enjoying it. I don't know about you guys, but this morning I had some Beyonce playing as I was running because I love that song, I Was Here. So inspirational to me. Anyway, so what is inspirational to you that's music? Do any of you run or walk with music? I know music can really motivate and inspire. So, and sometimes it can push you to go a little faster or work a little harder, right? Anybody use music? Give me a hearts or stars if you like music to exercise to. Anybody? Okay, so the next one is to challenge yourself, right? To make a goal that challenges you. That's not easy, right? So for some people that challenge is a marathon. For other people that challenge is I'm going to walk 2 days a week. And then another part is shortening your workout. We only need 30 minutes of exercise 3 to 5 times a week. Start out with 2 or 3 times a week. So shorten your workout. It doesn't need to be an hour. It can be 20 minutes of yoga, strength training, walking, cleaning your house, working in the yard, those kinds of things. Think about that you're actually getting exercise when you're doing that. And then the next one is I want you to reward yourself for showing up, not for weight loss. I don't want you to think, well, I exercised 5 days a week and I didn't lose any weight. I want you to reward yourself for showing up, for starting a routine, for trying to do something to improve your health. This is all about improving your health. This is not about weight loss. This is about improving the way you feel about yourself, your mental and physical health. And then the last one is, this is huge that I use with my clients, is when they come in, I say, what went well? What were the successes? What were the celebrations for the week? What did you enjoy? What was awesome? Because the more we focus on our celebrations and celebrate, even if it's this much of a change that we've made, the more likely we are to do it. Because a lot of times people get discouraged and down and they use the, what the hell, I'm not going to do it effect, right? They just are like, forget it, I'm not doing it. And so I want you to think about celebrating each success and each improvement you've made. Like, I'm exercising more than I used to. I can run a little bit further, or I've been making it a priority to get up and do some yoga before my kids get up. Nikki's got to go. Thank you, Nikki. Have a great day. So the challenge for this week before you leave is to try something in the next 3 days that you want to use for joyful movement, some kind of movement that you like doing. So I want you to try it out. And then on Thursday, you can tell us about how it went. Okay? Thanks for joining us. So those are the tips for enjoying moving your body. And if you would like, I can email you guys those tips. So just send me a message on here today and let me know if you would like those tips on enjoying moving your body. And then also, I have some different ideas of things that you can do that are joyful movement. So gardening, swimming, dancing, jumping rope, yoga, rock climbing, cycling, playing childhood games, chopping wood. I got that one from my brother-in-law. So any of those things are joyful movement. So I want you guys to think about this week doing something that you love for exercise, something that you want to try to love or try to enjoy, and think about what benefit do I get from this. So I hope you guys have a great day, and join us tomorrow at 8:30 Mountain Time again for we're going to talk about the 7 different hungers that we have and how we can use mindful eating to help us have a better relationship with food and avoid emotional eating. All right, everybody, it's been a fun time, and like I say, I recorded this, so those of you that missed it, I will get it to you. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great day.